Hello, darling. How are you?
Hi, Trini. I got nervous for a second because I was like, I can't have the Trini Tribe eat me alive.
You so can't, Jessica. They won't eat you alive. They're the most divine people, so they're never going to do that.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just trying to get some light in the room. I'm just trying to see where there still is light.
Oh,
but,
you're all glamtastic with your sequins and your...
Can I show you? I just did the new Zara shop up. Can we just show this? Because it's like I thought to myself, really, can I do this look? And there was that negligee moment like that. And I didn't do that since Dosa in the 80s.
Yeah.
So I found this old little sequin top from Zara. And then this is a pièce de résistance, okay? So where is it? Where's the fucking coat? I mean,
this woman does not disappoint.
Way too hot to have a coat.
Yeah.
But look at that.
Oh, look at those buttons. What do you call those buttons? They're like military. They're kind of like Sergeant Pepper's buttons.
Toggle.
A toggle.
But the thing is, I have an old Marc Jacobs, Jessica, which I had from like 20 years ago. This shape.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Just to see this, and it's in linen. I mean, it made me so. I nearly want to wear it, but I'll just be so hot.
He was doing a lot of that back then.
Oh, so much. So it's just, you know, it's the first proper shop. I did do a little bit of sorry, just rearrange myself. I did a little bit of Serena Butte shop up the other day, and that was just too expensive. So it was very nice to do this. So and then
you've been like, you don't have any, I know we're going to talk about beauty, but you don't have any like crappy loungewear. Every time I see you, you're kind of like wafting about in something fabulous. Is that keeping your spirits up during this quarantine? Because I put on a dress for you, but this is like an old maternity dress.
Okay,
now I realize I look like a hobo.
No, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Come on.
Step
back.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, honey. Come on, do it. Just do it, Jessica.
Melissa, your PR, she didn't tell me that this was part of the deal, okay?
We're doing it. And everything goes here. I'll do anything, darling.
Okay, I'm moving about. I'm moving.
Okay, go back to your door. Go back
I need
to
to
your door.
move the baby thing.
Oh my God, how sweet. But this is a great shape, Jessica. I love this. Clean and simple. Nice scoop neckline for those babies with are you still breastfeeding?
No, I'm a bottle gal. Okay? She's on formula.
She's on formula.
Yeah, so there's no excuse. I've got to lose the weight.
No, I meant the boobies are looking good. That's why.
Oh.
That's what I meant. Yeah, the boobs are looking good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, darling, very happy to be here. And I love your podcast. So it's really lovely to do Instagram with you.
Thank you.
I think it's great. I was in America last year and they said, what would you most like to do? And I said, I'd most like to do Fat Mascara podcast.
Thank you. Well, I had so much fun. I met you at John Barrett.
Exactly.
And I remember it was like a week or two before the John Barrett salon opened. And as you guys know, John Barrett was in Bergdorf Goodman for a million years. Then he opened up this gorgeous new space, stunning on 57th Street. And it was exclusive to John Barrett, your line, right?
Yeah, we're still there. And we have this space and we have lovely Lenny, who's our makeup artist pro there. So it's the only location in America. And the only reason I did it, because we're mainly online, Jessica, is that John is my daughter's godfather. And he said, you know, when that launches, Trini, I have to have it. And I was like, John, I could never hear the end of it. He's such an Irishman if I didn't do it. So it's worked out very well. And we have so many lovely regular customers there. But we'll be properly coming to America, like big coming to America next year.
Okay, so you're going to have another celebration.
We're going to have another celebration, exactly. So at the moment, probably about 10% of our customers are actually from the US. And they're very dedicated. And I love them. And we have Trini tribes in America too, which is this
let's talk about the Trini tribe. I bet you most of our audience right now are part of the Trini tribe. Who is the Trini tribe?
Well, the Trini tribe was started in Northwest England by a woman who watched me on Instagram called Kelly. And she just started a Facebook fan page and it sort of snowballed. And after about a month, we heard about it. And it was just all these people who would, you know, listen to my lives and then talk about everything I was talking about: makeup, skincare, clothing, everything. So we thought, this is fantastic. And then one or two started. And then we said, okay, let's help people make this organized. So we now have, I think, 31 Trini tribes around the world with in total about 30,000 people. And they're just fantastic, all different ages, but they're, to me, you know, there's a lovely association on Facebook called the Wolfer. And I met some of them in New York, and they had such a good feeling about them. But I think what I love most about the women on the Trini Tribe is they're very supportive to each other. They don't put up with any negativity. It's all about promoting, supporting, and lifting other women.
That's what I love about the Trini Tribe, you know, when I've like gone online and seen them interact. And what I love about you and your brand is you do have an opinion. I think a lot of people are afraid to have an opinion about fashion and beauty now because everything's very like, oh, everybody's amazing, everything's great. Nobody wants to get, you know, they don't want to get screenshot or, you know, flamed or whatever added online. I love that you're decisive and you have an opinion, but you always do come from a good place, and you are very, you want to help people. And I think that comes through, and it is very about all ages. So can I ask you a couple of questions?
Absolutely. Like, ask me what
that
you
will
like.
Hopefully apply to a lot of people. As like, I'm saying apply to a lot of people, more about me. Okay. As a new mom, and somebody, you know, nobody here is getting any younger. What are some things that when you see people and they come to you for help, are you like consistently finding yourself being like, okay, let's a little less of this and a little more of this? There must be some errors or just things that you constantly feel people can tweak.
I mean, I think that the only time that age is applicable when I speak to a woman is when I see her stuck in the rut of doing a makeup that she did when she felt at her peak. And therefore the reassurance of that look keeps her going, and she sticks to it because she knows it worked. But her face might be changing. Yeah. Her face might be changing.
From 10 years ago.
Exactly. And whatever age you are, that is very applicable. So if I deal with the kind of audience in my age group, women in their 50s, you know, we discovered shoulder pads, bad bronzing, fake tan, and pink lipstick in the 80s. And, you know, the place I'll find it most, somebody calls them a Brit Airways girl who's on today, but there's so often where I'm with the most fabulous cabin staff, and they'll say, should I do something different? And that group of women is the group of women that I say, hey, throw back on the base. You don't need this sense of covering your entire skin. And when I did that in the early 80s, I had very bad acne. So for me, I needed that mask of foundation to feel acceptable, you know, to present myself to people. But as I dealt with my skin and it got better, you know, one day I woke up and I thought, I don't need to wear that much base. I might need to wear under my eye or where I've got a little hormonal spot, but I shouldn't be masking myself. So I think the thing I notice most about women is either girls in their late 20s whose acne has stopped, but they're putting the hugest base on. And they grew up in an era where Tilbury was starting and Huda Beauty and caking and baking. So they picked up all of that as kind of their, you know, their route, their path to becoming a makeup expert. And suddenly that look is very harsh when there's nothing to cover up, and they might have the most incredible skin. So for them, it's like a make under. It's like reveal that gorgeous woman you are underneath, where you don't need so much to make yourself presentable.
Are they usually a little afraid, like they don't think they're pretty without it? Or is it like they're just not, like, are they excited once they do see their face without that much makeup? Or is it like...
You got to catch a woman at the right time. So we did this film. We do all these different films, okay? But one film we do is called Rethink Your Routine. And we go and we do like a guerrilla effect. So we go to Chelsea, to this place called Duke of York Square. And we just say on social, we're turning up. And if you want to readdress your makeup, turn up. So we did a few of these and we had a few hundred women turn up. And I remember once this Irish woman came with her 2 daughters who had on the most perfect makeup, but like 4 inches thick.
Right.
And so
perfect for the stage, perfect for the theater.
Yeah. And so I, you know, it's like when I was with Susanna years ago, I can scan a crowd and I know it's either a subconscious emotional thing, but I will be drawn to the person in the room that I think most needs the help. Mm-hmm. So I saw this little family and I thought, okay, are they going to be ready to hear it? Because that's the big thing. You've got to gauge if somebody's ready to hear. So you have to voice it in a way, especially with that age group, where you start with giving them a compliment for what they most need the compliment for. So I said, my God, you girls, I've never seen such expert makeup done. It's unbelievably how technical you are. It's incredible. You must have done so many YouTube videos to get that. And they were like, yeah. So I said, did either of you ever have bad skin? And they, you know, this girl went, I had really bad skin. And I said, do you know how good your skin is now? And she goes, yeah,
Right.
but I can't. And I said, but could we see how good your skin is?
This
And
is
can
good
we,
advice for any moms who are watching that want to like
yeah,
get their
parrot.
girls to, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just said, look, let's take it all off and then let's build it up again. And I want to give you the face that when you look in the mirror, you see what you feel you need to see to go out there and have the confidence. But I know that I'll also be seeing the whole of you in the best way. So I remember it took like 20 cotton pads to get the makeup off. I remember it was like endless. This film went on and on. And then we built up and we did a really sheer base, but she had beautiful skin. Yeah. And then we did a lovely smoky eye, but it was cream based, so it didn't look heavy, but she had that depth. And we gave her a nude lip that wasn't that whitish nude that she was doing, but something like one pigment shade darker than her skin.
Right, right.
And she then, you know, that moment was when you'd kind of say, okay, look, you know, they're there with their phone wanting to look. And I went, no. Yeah. So then she looked and she went, oh, yeah. And I was like so relieved. Yeah. And then her mum said, you look amazing. And her mum said to me afterwards, I was so nervous to even ever say to her. And so that to me is a tremendously joyous make under. And then I think the opposite is when I find a woman who has been wearing quite a lot of foundation and powder, and it's now sitting in the wrinkles a bit. And I might just say, look, let's do BFF, which is our really lovely kind of sheer product that just illuminates your skin, and just put the under eye in a bit. And then when they look in the mirror,
they just put like concealer where she needs it.
A little bit of concealer, BFF to give the glow and a tiny bit of coverage, and fresh, everything cream based, because I'm obsessed with cream based.
I was about to say that even your eyeshadows, you mentioned cream eyeshadow before.
Yeah, so
it's
like
all
now
cream, right?
This is all cream, yeah. I put this on like hours ago, but it's very good staying power.
Do you usually use your fingers for it?
I use my fingers, as you can probably tell.
Okay.
I occasionally use a brush. There's a Ray Morris brush I love, but generally I use finger or a tea kit.
Okay.
So with the best compliment that I'll get from women is when they say, my friends have come up and said, have I changed my skincare routine? And all I've done is use your BFF and change my foundation. And that to me, you know, everything starts with having great looking skin. That's the most important thing, is to have that lovely, plump, good looking skin.
Yeah. Okay. So skin first, not too much powder. What else can we do to look kind of, I mean, once we emerge, everyone's like, you know, kind of, I shouldn't say everyone. Some people are scaling back on the foundation and the makeup. Other people are like, I need it to feel alive. I'm putting it on at 7 a.m. I don't care, you know, if only like my dog sees me. But once we come out of this, what are some other like kind of like quick and dirty ways to just kind of look fresh, look polished? You always look you always look polished, but never done. And a lot of people are asking about your makeup right now in the comments.
Well, I'll tell you what, is when I do, like when I did this look today, I did my sort of BFF, which is just like, you know, I mean, I can put more on now, but I just, you know, and also halfway through the day, I'll literally take this and it will change the color of my skin.
So that's your BFF cream.
Yeah, and I'll mush it in over my makeup and it just gives that amazing glow back to my skin. So that is my first port of call. I'll do that.
I need that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll do a little bit of wherever I need foundation. My shade is Trintron, and it could be that I might need it around my nose. And this you can build up to be really thick, but you can also do very sheer. So I'll just do that. I'm doing it really simply.
You're not doing any foundation. It's the BFF and then just.
And then this is foundation concealer. I mean, you could do your whole face in this. Ladies with bad acne, I have done their whole face in it, and it's still very clear. And then I think one of the most important things I always find is having a synergy, that your eyes and your lips and your cheeks have a relationship. So whenever I see makeup that I feel doesn't look settled or doesn't work, it's because there's a real cool eye with a really warm lip and a really weird cheek. And so there isn't that flow. And I'm obsessed, Jessica, with that flow between your lip eye and cheek. So even though now I've got on browns, there's a slight, you know, at the end of this, what I will do just to bring it all together to give you an idea is I might have Electra blush. Okay, in fact, no, I'll do with the look I'm doing, I'll do wig. So I might just take that, and I would probably then do my cheek like that, and then I might just go over my eye, just whatever I've got on
with that blush, with that blush.
So the synergy, even though I've got a smoky brown eye, there's a synergy now between my cheek and my eye. And I think that is so important.
So even
And
though
then
it has a pinky color, you put it over.
I put it over because I suit this kind of pinkiness when I put pinkiness on, and I would even then put a bit on over my bronzer if I have bronzer
I
on,
like it.
Just to have that whole thing. So that's kind of one trick I think is important. And when you can get one product that does everything, because I just, with cream, you can take, like I have a product which I just use so much. Let me just find. So this is, if I could take my makeup off and start again, but I'm just gonna, let me just see. I'll show you.
Oh, she's committing. She is committing.
No, because I wanted to show you here. So I'm sorry, I'm using a wet wipe because it's really quick.
Do it.
So I'm just taking off that eye a little bit. I'll take off my lip there and take off that.
This
and
is
then
mesmerizing, by the way.
Okay, and then I'll just put on
just to kind
of really show you. I'm just going to put on, because I want to get rid of the blusher there. And this is Trinton again I'm using, like that. Okay, so now I've got basically a quite, sorry, I got it so hot. I'm going to just...
It's weird. It got like really hot in my place too as soon as we started doing the live. I don't know. You're heating things up, Trini. You're heating things up. So I don't even think I have a hair thingy here, so I'm in trouble.
Okay, darling, you'll be all right. You just. So then I'm going to take Sacha. Okay. And Sacha is this very pretty, soft, pinky shade. So I'm just going to put Sacha on my lip, like that. And then I'll take a little bit on my cheek.
So that's the synergy. I like what you're saying. It's like you're using the you know, they're always like eye, lip, and cheek products, but sometimes I just like use them on one thing. No, like use them on all the things.
Yeah. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it on my eye.
Okay.
Like that.
It's quite pinky, but it's not going to look crazy once you're done.
No, because I'm just going to then show you how I then add to this. So I've done that, and then I'm going to take a little bit. This will be done in two strips of a lamb's tail.
Wait, this is funny. Somebody wrote, I just gave all my Dior and Chanel away. Trini, is that good?
Darling, that's so good. Just go to Trinny London. Then I'm going to take Victory, and I'm just going to put that in the inner corner over the Sacha, like that.
Okay.
So I still got the base of the Sacha. I don't take the shimmer out to here, like that.
Don't take it out?
No, because I've got an overhang. One thing I learned from the Divine Ray Morris, which I'll show you if I've got it here, is she taught me this literally last week. I learn new things every day. I take Sawala.
Okay, that's a
pretty
golden
color. Glow. This is a golden glow. So this like gives me tan, like that. And it's a bronzer there. And then I take with her brush, which is the cleverest brush in the entire bloody world.
Yeah.
Okay. And I take a tiny bit, and I'm going to put that, just press it up here, just to give a bit of definition. So if you have a slightly hooded eye, and you do that, there's no shimmer there, but it's just going to open up your eyes a bit more.
Which I'm literally grabbing a pen. What is the name of that brush again? The
Ray Morris brush. I'm going to tell you. It's the one. It's got a look. Take a screenshot. Oh, you can't take a screenshot because you might lose it. But it's the one. It's when you look at the Ray Morris website. It's the one that's just at an angle.
Okay.
And it's about the size of a big thumbnail.
Okay.
Just to give you a perspective. So then I might also, because I'm here, I could do this just to give me a little bit of contour. Just to bring that again, because I've used the bronzer, but I'm going to go under, but then I'm going to end it literally where my brow is. I don't want to go down here because this like will drag you down, Jessica.
And then it's also going to look crazy because I see some of these people and they look like insane.
So it's like a J. So I do this and then it's like a J.
Okay.
Like that. And it just gives, it then comes, you want it to join and have a little date with the blusher. So, you know, by joining it, there isn't a demarcation line.
Right.
Anyway.
Somebody has asked a great question. They wanted to know, do they ever use liner, like eyeliner, with your products?
I have darker shades that I use as a liner, but, you know, there are very few times when I think to myself, I want an eyeliner, because for me, I don't have huge eyes.
Yeah.
So if I use a black eyeliner, they become very small. And I prefer to use something underneath. So I'd use our little T-kit brush. It's a stackable brush set. And they magnetize. They do that like that.
Oh,
so
I
this
haven't
is
seen
like
that one. That's cute.
That's like the eyeliner.
That's angled. Okay.
Yeah, and this is like the smudger.
Okay, genius.
And then this is the lip.
Really nice.
Okay, so I might take Desire, beautiful shade. And if I want to do a little bit of lining, I will then line, but I'll line probably from halfway.
Sure.
And just go out a bit. And then I'll do the other side. Halfway, go out.
Do you ever go under? Do you ever?
Yeah, I'm going to go under a little bit.
Okay.
And then what's going to happen is it's going to get mucky, but I'm going to show you my little way I deal with the muckiness. So I can't do that sort of Charlotte Tilbury flick, because those flicks, I think, are for somebody who has an eye that's like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there isn't suddenly the kind of little bit here, which gets in the way. So I'll do that. Gives me a bit more definition. Right. Then I take my smudger, and I really smudge it because I don't like harsh lines anywhere. And another thing I notice with women is when they've used a black eyeliner when they were much younger, and now their eyes have changed shape, and they're still now closing down their eye with the harshness of that eyeliner. So,
and they don't realize it. They don't, it's...
No, because it's a safety net, and I get that. It feels safe.
Yeah.
You know? So I might then do that, and I might find at the side, this has gone out too far, and I want to lift my eye.
Yeah, I always do that. So how are you going to fix it? I do that every single morning.
I know. I mean, it's like my given that I'll always do that. So I'm going to take BFFI. This is our, I don't believe, Jessica, we can discuss skincare in a second because we love skincare. Yeah. But I don't necessarily believe that we should always be having to buy an eye serum.
Right.
I think if you have a great serum, you can use it.
You can use it up to here.
Yeah, you can use it all the way up, unless it's a really harsh one with some lactic acid or something. But a serum generally, that kind of normal serum. And I've always found concealers will crease. So when I did BFFI, I wanted something that was a under-eye concealer, had a baby with a serum and never creased. And I'm going to take the palest shade. Normally I'm one shade darker, but I'm just going to pop it. And I'm doing everything by the phone. I don't have a mirror.
So you're using that serum, that tinted serum over the mistake.
Yes, exactly. This is our eye cream, had a baby with a concealer. It's an eye cream concealer.
I love that. I thought it was going to be far more like advanced. It's just
cover it
up.
And then I just do this.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
And it's then going up.
Beautiful.
There. So that's kind of, that's me doing a smoky eye.
Because the daytime smoky eyes just always eluded me, because I feel like I always kind of fall into, like, we're not going to get too much into what I did today, because this is not like what I wanted to do, but thank you. Somebody said they liked it. I appreciated it. I use a liner. I always default to a liner, but I don't want that harsh line. Yeah. So I think your cream might work with one of those.
I think also because with a liner, Jessica, you've got a little bit going slightly down. So that lifting it up. And also, I'm going to talk to you about something. Come up close with your eyes. So I would say the color on your eyes is beautiful because you have a green eye, but it's like a dirty green, isn't it? It's a moody green as opposed to a bright green. Yeah. So what color is your eyeliner? Is it black?
It's called Egyptian. It's by Clinique. It's like a khaki, or Brits say khaki. Yeah.
So this is the thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest to you. So when you have khaki, like, I don't know if I would wear khaki and orange together in clothing. And whenever I'm looking at what colors I wear on my face, I think, does that work? Because I come from a background of color in clothing.
Right.
Do those colors work together?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I look at your eyes, I think the khaki is gorgeous, and the green and the goldeny one is gorgeous. But should they be together?
It's a little too much.
Well, I would have done, if you were in the room with me, darling. Yeah. Okay.
School me, Trini.
Okay. I'll show you what I would do with you.
I came to be Trini eyes.
I just love the fact that with technology now, we can have this kind of conversation. Yeah. I mean, isn't that just fabulous? Okay. I'm going to do your eyes virtually. Okay.
I wish. Hi, Carrie. My friend Carrie just dropped in.
Oh, hello, Carrie. So I think if I was doing your eyes, I would either do Queen, which is a little bit like what you're wearing, but has a little bit more energy to it. Okay? Yeah. So Queen there.
Yeah.
All right.
It has
And then
like
I
a
would
pinkish ambery tone to it.
exactly, which I think would be beautiful on your eye. And then I would line it in Empress. Okay.
And what is that? Like a more of a brownie color?
Empress, yeah. So the line then would be Empress. So the relationship together is very nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I would do that. But the other color for you, which would be bloody unbelievably divine.
And does this work for all of our like green-eyed viewers right now?
Yes, like, the green-eyed viewers. I mean, this is like perfection. But I'm not Charlotte Tilbury. So my philosophy is not that just because you have green eyes, everyone can wear the same. Because you have green eyes, Jessica, with an auburn hair and a pale pink toned skin. Yeah. Somebody else, I have a friend, Pia. She has your color green eye. She has an olive yellow toned skin, and she has very dark brown hair.
Right.
So would you both wear the same? She would definitely not wear the warmth of Queen, because it's too warm for her.
She would all be blending in.
Yeah, but she would wear this next one, which for your eyes, it's the only time I like to put the same color as an eye on an eye, and it's called Chariot. And I would do as your smoky eye, and I think this would be just utterly divine on you, I would do Chariot with a little bit of Universe, which is this combination.
Oh.
Okay, because they have, you do see the relationship. And if you're doing a washout, like a daytime smoky.
Yeah, then, that's what I'm interested in, daytime.
Like daytime can be this.
That's like beautiful.
That muddy color.
Just smudge it out with your finger.
Yeah.
I might not even need a liner, right? Like if you're just doing a washout.
And then with Queen as a washout, it's just like that.
I think we're all just gonna, after this live, like hop on and start ordering things, because like it's like food. It's like you want to taste it, like watching the Cooking Network. I'm like, I got to get my little paws on it. I want to do a washout. Are there any more? Lots of people are asking about their eye colors. I don't want to drive you crazy and go through every single colorway, but like, is there anything amazing for blue eyes?
Okay, for sort of if you're a classic sort of, if you're a sort of blue-eyed blonde, paler skin, I'm going to do one for that. All right, which would be for me, I mean, it could be, this is another good green, blue, and brown. It's called Fortune. But you've got to decide. The important thing for me, and this might seem technical, but once you get your head around it, it's a revelation, is that when you take the combination of your skin, hair, and eye, do you sit cool, mid, or warm? And lots of makeup artists might say, are your veins green or blue? I have no fucking clue.
That's always so confusing.
You know, do you wear silver or gold jewelry? I wear both. So it's like, but you would probably wear gold jewelry.
Yeah,
silver.
I look terrible in silver.
Yeah. So some people at different extremes, like if I'm doing clothing and I'm doing this one, I say the people who find it easiest to work themselves out are either very cool or very warm. So if you're very cool, you would have no warmth in your hair. So it could be black hair or platinum hair, but there's no warmth. Your eyes would be sharp. So cool dark brown, a blue which has a dark rim around the outside, that sort of piercing color like Scandinavian. Your skin would be cool toned, so it could be a peaches and cream. It wouldn't be pink toned. It wouldn't be a brown with a red undertone. It would be a brown with a cooler grayer undertone. So that then means that if 2 out of those 3 are cool, you sit. If 3 out of 3 are cool, you are so cool. Or the colors you should use should be cool colors. Warm on the other end is you, all right? Because you've got a pink toned skin, you've got auburn hair, and you've got a sort of, your eye is a slightly dirty, gorgeous green. So you sit in warm, but you can come in occasionally to a bit of neutral, just occasionally, all right?
Occasionally.
And neutrals, I'm a neutral, so I can take from a bit of cool and a bit of warm. I wouldn't wear silver star on my eyes, and I wouldn't wear the goldenest gold, but I might have a tiny bit of those in the corner, but I would stick with those sort of more neutral shades.
Right.
So that's kind of, that happens in clothing, and there's a color palettes that go, so you can also think of what colors you gravitate towards. In the cool tone, those women suit black, they suit white, they suit cobalt blue, they suit emerald green, they suit burgundy, they suit navy, they suit pastels, okay? In warm, black looks appalling, white washes them out, cobalt blue.
White's terrible on us.
I mean, like terrible. So you sit in sort of cream ecru, and your darkest shade would be khaki. You could do black, but with makeup,
and an accessory, a big one.
Accessory, and a big kind of something there. And you would sit in the rusts and the mustards and the chartreuses and the kind of, you know, dirty raspberry and a warmish plum. Those are your colors.
Yeah.
And in
you
neutral,
remember, of course you do, the Color Me Beautiful books?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God, they were always in my house growing up. I was obsessed with them.
Did you like them?
You
know, Susanna and I, our 5th book was called What You Wear Can Change Your Life. And in that book, I spent a year researching our color chapter. And I thought, you know, winter, spring, autumn, summer, I'd gone and had that done. I had a half sister who trained with one of the, you know, consultants. And it was like, I'm autumn, I'm spring, I'm God knows what. And it was very confusing. It was great, but it was like so rigid. So they'd put these colors up to you and you would see the revelation when they had the right color blue or the right color yellow. But it was still confusing. So I just thought actually mid, warm and cool is a bit easier.
Right.
So we did that book. It sold 1 million copies. So enough people got a little bit of an education. But the same applies then to makeup. So when I look at these colors, like the ones I've done now, you know, this is warmish, but consider neutral. And that is neutral. All right. If I look at something like Fortune, which is a really beautiful shade, it's a kind of shade I put on a bright green eye. You could probably wear it too, but it's sort of warm and cool. It's got this rose gold.
Both. Yeah.
Got both. So that kind of can sit across nearly everything. All right. Whereas something like Queen is very warm, the one I showed you, the shade, you know. And if you're really cool toned, you go, you know, imagine if you have white platinum blonde hair and blue eyes and kind of, you know, olive skin.
Now you like see the language of color. You speak in color. Like for you, it's so easy. For the average bear who is on the Trini website thinking, what should I get? Is there any way for them to quickly understand? Or is
what you can do when you go on to Trini Lance, you do something called Match to Me. And it's amazing how I need to, you know, I'm evolving Match to Me all the time because I realize some women, it's like in skincare, Jessica, some women, you know, say, should I do the copper amino isolate serum before the vitamin C, but before da-da-da, and they kind of ingredient and they know everything. And another lovely lady might say, do I put a vitamin C on in the morning or night, and should it be after my SPF or before? So you have that gauntlet of women who feel super confident and they read everything to, I know I need to do something and I'm just learning. And I think with Match to Me, you go on and the first thing we give you, which you should know, is your eye color. Now I think everyone knows their eye color.
Hopefully.
But I became surprised how many women go, are my eyes green or blue? And I'm like, it's not even that lovely eye that changes with what you're wearing. That's a blue eye. So ask somebody if you don't know, what color are my eyes? But most women should know. So you do that first, tick that. Then it says, what color is your hair? And it's very simple. You know, is it red or brown or blonde or whatever? Easy. And then you do skin. And we say, we go from porcelain to a dark brown skin. So where do you sit? Now, if you're a French woman doing Match to Me, because the French are not very good at being really inclusive on skin tones, you might pick medium, because in France, medium is like, you know, light. In America, where we are, and in England, where we are more understanding that there are many different skin tones. So you need to kind of think, you know, we say at the beginning, but from, you know, porcelain to brown, where do you sit in that lightest, light medium? So we get you in a category, which most women feel comfortable with. And then inside there's like a list of women and we describe some skins and you can watch a video and the woman can say, my skin is this when I go in the sun without SPF, I burn after 10 minutes. You know, so some hints. So 50% of our customers buy their products doing Match to Me because then when you've done that, of the 85 products we have, you're given a refined choice of about 40 that suit you.
Got it.
So it's, you know, it's the only way I felt if I was going to do an online brand that I could be able to do it is to give a tool. And some women still want to try things. So in COVID, a lot of women were like, I really want to try the product. So we set up virtual appointments. which sold out now, but I'm going to release some more. So we have about 100.
So there are virtual appointments. Okay, that's good to know. So for anyone here, because there's a lot of questions coming through. Am I a blue? Am I cool? Am I spring? Am I summer?
From we sold out of like 500 appointments in 3 days. So on the 16th of May, we're releasing more appointments, and also we release them till 10 p.m. at night UK time. So they really stretch, and I've got makeup artists in America doing them, and you can have a consultation and somebody can tell you. And I want to do that once we come out of COVID.
So let's talk about coming out of COVID. What is the first place you're going to hit once we're out of it?
You know what the first thing is? I'm going to hit my office because I spent a lot of time with my family and I really miss my team. And even though I'm meeting on Zoom, there's 75 members of the team, and we've started from this little nucleus of a family. And what I miss most is when I go into my work and I go into my open plan office and I see clusters of everyone working, and there's a lot of meetings I have through the day, but I will jump in and say, okay, guys, what are you discussing? So there's still a guiding. I still want to feel I can just impromptu guide a conversation.
You miss the spontaneity.
I miss that because now there's meetings going on without me. So sometimes I call my PA and I say, what meeting is Lucy in now? Because I want to gate crash because I'm such a control freak.
You're going to Zoom bomb.
I literally, and I've done that, Jessica. I wanted to see how the appointments were going, the virtual appointments. So I asked my assistant to put in 4 a day, and I go and I just crash the Zoom call, a Google Hangout, and say, hi, how's it going?
And then before I let you go, I have a question. I feel I'm walking around the house. I feel so, I'm squeezing a fashion question. Okay. I think we need to have you back, but for like a sneaky style session, because
Fat Mascara can do sneaky style.
Sneaky style, because our audience, they are style conscious as well. It's top to toe style, but this is our beauty moment.
Yeah.
As we have you. Okay, I feel schlumpty dumpty around the house. If you're in schlumpy clothes all the time, like you feel schlumpy. It's like schlumpy clothes, schlumpy attitude, and then it becomes schlumpy work, schlumpy. It's
everything.
Like there was somebody gave me this quote once. It's not like they weren't original. It was just like a quote that's out there. Like, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I feel like if I'm walking around schlumpy, it just like affects my attitude. So when I got on the Instagram live with you, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to put on a dress instead of my like track pants and like, gross t-shirt. I was like, I've made an effort. And then I see you and you're in like Great Gatsby sequins and a Marc Jacobs coat. And I'm like, woman has stepped it up. How can we're not all going to be wearing the Marc Jacobs coat, like, all about our apartment, but like, what can we do fashion wise to feel better right now?
Okay, I'm going to give you a very quick little row around the room, and I'm going to say 5 important things. Okay, so come with me. Hang on, let me just come here.
I have my pen and paper.
Okay, and I'm going to switch it round. So this is the room I work in, all right? And there's my little Rara. This room I spend my entire day in, okay? There's a chaise lounge for when I have a second to lie down. But basically,
a fainting couch.
And then I have, in homage to our NHS, I have our rainbow coat collection. But when I was doing this was a bit of a mess. And what I think is really important is, and this is, I was doing a sequin closet confessions for summer. So anyone watching who does my closet confessions, this next Saturday is sequins. But I think what's really important is maybe you need to get your wardrobe on a rail. And if you don't have a rail, get a broom, okay? And put it out and divide it up. We might have all already been through and thought, what am I keeping and what am I not? And let me make piles. And we might live in an apartment where we don't have the room to put those piles anywhere. Yeah. But, just look at things. Like I look at stuff and think, how often do I wear it? And shall I keep it? And then I find occasionally really cute little tops. And I think, okay, let me wear that now. It's a great opportunity to practice wearing things that you don't know if you love. So even if you see this, darling, as a challenge, to yourself, to just go into your wardrobe and think, okay, there's a few things here. I would suggest that, I'm just going to throw this out there, on Closet Confessions, which is on YouTube, I've got 14 films, and they take a different subject per week. So you can just think, where do I stand on jeans? Where do I stand on sequin? Where do I stand on black and white?
I saw a great one that you did with you wore like these scarves as like everything. It was like remember in, oh my god, what is that movie, the one that the brothers did? Why am I spacing out? Drew Barrymore did
the Coen brothers or not?
Yes. No, the why am I spacing out? She took the American flag and she was like, you could wear it as a hat, you could wear it as a,
oh my god, yes it was, and I don't remember what it was.
The two women, and they like live, and you guys all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we do.
It's driving me crazy.
It's a moment.
But
okay, so the one you saw was my loungewear. So if you want to be casual,
Grey Garden.
I was still, I would still say, you know, the thing is, I own 2 pairs of sweatpants, okay, and I don't own any sweatshirts, and I own 5 t-shirts.
Yeah.
So I knew that for me, when I wear total, like if I vegetate at home, I take those scarves, Jessica, and they are my sweatpants, all right, because they're easy. So that was my decision like 10 years ago. And so having those removed from my wardrobe means that my baseline is a scarf that has a nice color that I just shove on, all right. And
she wears it as a dress, guys. You have to watch this video. But I also like it because I don't fit, I mean, this is way too, like, this is too specific to me, and I want to make this relevant to all the folks who are watching. But, like, I also don't fit in, like, 90% of my clothes because I'm in the transition.
Yeah.
You know, I'm much heavier than I ever was, but I'm not going to go buy a bunch of clothes now.
Yeah.
Because the goal is to wear my other clothes. So I need something that's
flexible.
Yes.
With a bit of stretch.
Yeah.
But there will still be tops that fit you beautifully. And it could be that you do your sweatpant and you put a great top over it and you do a half tuck at the front, like lovely Tan Francis inventing his tuck that he learned in my book 10 years before is a joy. But doing the half tuck, so you've got a bit of the sweatpants showing, but you're covering a bit, just a little necklace, a tiny.
Oh, she's frozen. Okay.
Real casual moment.
Yeah. Yeah. You're very inspiring.
It's going to elevate that casual moment. So I would just say to you, even though you're feeling that schlumpy moment, you're going to have a sweatpant that works, and maybe it's actually in a nice color that isn't black. Try and find a matching top and just put a little necklace over and put a shocking lip on. Voila.
I love it. Thank you. Trini, you're amazing. I hope everyone enjoyed this as much as I did.
I'm really sorry we didn't ask questions. I feel really bad, and I don't know if there were lots of questions, but
there were a lot of color
skin, a neutral skin? Yes. I should do the pillow challenge. I would never let anyone see my knees, and I don't have a pillow big enough to cover them. Just any more like here, they're just saying, they're just chatting. That's great. Okay. All right, my darling. Very nice.
We'll have to have you back for fashion advice.
So I'm very happy to come and hang out in New York. Whereabouts are you in? You're in New York, right?
Yeah. I'm in Manhattan, in Midtown. So
I was meant to be there with my daughter. I booked the tickets. I had her room at Soho House for the 15th of June for her graduation of her GCSEs. But unfortunately, I'm going to postpone it till October. So I will be there in October.
God willing, we'll be somewhat back to normal by then.
Yeah. All right, darling.
Stay
Have
safe.
a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye, darling.